Now, this is a story that shares the theme of Hong Kong. Protesters who oppose military-style dictatorship and a police that is focused on curbing protests by brute force. The venue, though, is different and far, far away. This is Ecuador we are talking about. For 7 days now, the Latin American country has been a picture of chaos. The protesters have even forced the sitting president to flee. And with him, the president has taken the country's capital and government to another island. This report tells you more.
Masked protesters, check. Police using tear gas, check. Schools shut. Businesses shut. Streets filled with protesters. This is Ecuador, a country in crisis. What sparked these protests? President Moreno cut fuel subsidies. Do you know what the president is doing? Unable to curb the protests, President Moreno declared a state of emergency, relocated government operations from capital Quito to the coastal city of Guayaquil. This is a president who has been pushed out by the protesters. The fuel subsidy cut was part of measures in line with the IMF's $4.2 billion loan. Violence has flared in Ecuador since the decision. Prices of fuel have surged. Food prices are soaring. Massive strikes are on for the last 7 days. Even the national legislature wasn't spared. Indigenous protesters have taken the attack to the government. The protesters do not want just a rollback of the fuel subsidy cut and emergency. They want President Lenin Moreno to go.
We are going to fight until he leaves. That man isn't worth anything.
We do not want your economic measures. We do not want you as our president.
What's the president saying? He is blaming the former president from the new capital.
De los desmanes. Están detrás de esos crímenes que se han cometido, de los robos, de las lesiones a ciudadanos ecuatorianos, a policías, a militares y la destrucción de bienes y bastante trabajo deben haberle costado a quienes lo han generado.
And then he says the constitution cannot be violated.
El sistema democrático. No se puede violentar la constitución. No se puede dañar los bienes de los ecuatorianos y del pueblo ecuatoriano en general. Y por supuesto,
this is Catch-22. The former leftist president, Rafael Correa, left the economy in ruins. The current president took loans to revive the economy. Fuel subsidy cut is part of the loan. Moreno can't change that, and his people will not accept the cut. The story of Ecuador reverberates across the region. What Moreno is going through is the same Argentina's President Mauricio Macri went through just a few months ago. But the protests have hurt Ecuador's economy hard. The OPEC nation has lost over 2 lakh barrels of crude oil production from the unrest. This is the impact of populism. There are 2 sides to this story. When populism cannot be bankrolled, countries need debt to survive, and debt comes with its complications. Fuel subsidy cut hikes food prices, inflation, and makes life miserable for the poor. Who should foot the bill? The people, or businesses, or a president who loves to flee? It's anybody's guess. Bureau Report. WION. World is One.